Welcome to the Frank Schott Stone Barn here in Minnesota. This is perhaps the most famous barn in all of Minnesota. It definitely is, as far as photographers go, I would call this the most famous barn. Photographers flock to this barn to photograph the Milky Way with it, along with sunsets or sunrises or anything else you can think of, but the Milky Way is the one for me that comes to mind the most. I'm hoping to shoot it with the Milky Way tonight. I want to capture the Milky Way, and if I'm really lucky, maybe the aurora too, although it's been fading. The northern lights have been out the last couple nights. I've captured it north of Duluth, but they seem to be fading. So I think tonight will just be the Milky Way. Look at the structure. It was built in 1923. Frank Schott was known for his craftsmanship. He was born in 1880, and I forget when, 1907. I think 1907 is when he made his way to America. So he met his wife in Black River Falls in Wisconsin. They got married, they had 7 kids. They ended up moving to this area. And what's funny is they'd had some barns, and the barns kept getting destroyed, either by tornadoes or fires or whatever. The tornadoes were not doing too, the barns were not doing too well. So he finally decided to build it with stone and cement so that it would last. So that's what he did. And I guess when he made his cement, he was looking around for just the right type of ingredients. He would actually taste the cement to know if it had enough lime content for him or not. And apparently it did, because this is still standing. There's still no cracks. And it's still in one piece. I had to pause the video because a truck was going by, one of the big trucks full of corn. It's harvest season here, the beginning of October. And it doesn't look like a lot of traffic on the road that runs by here, but those trucks, when they go by, they make a lot of noise and they kick up a lot of dust. Look at this, the details here. Just incredible. The roof is no longer on it. I guess, what I read was that in the 70s, I think it was in the 70s, they stopped doing, having cows in here. And I guess the cows helped raise humidity in the barn, which helped the wooden roof stay intact. Once that humidity was gone, then the wood dried out, and then it fell down and collapsed. I also read that it took 20 years for Frank Schott to make the barn, because he's so busy. Being a farmer out here is busy work. And we're gonna get busy by walking inside. I didn't know enough. I've seen photos of it from the outside, but I didn't know if you could go inside it. But you can. There's a room there. Ooh, this is interesting. This is where the cows would have been. You can see where the cows would have eaten, where their butts would have hung out, and you know what would have gone down there, and they'd wash it out and rinse it out and clean out the barn. That's really cool. So it's got a few windows left. What's also interesting is, look at this, a stairway. And the stairway starts about 2 feet off the ground, but somebody's put a brick there. So I'm guessing people have come up here a few times. Let's go. Look at that. A little bit of cement's coming off there, but basically it's still all intact. You can see it's late in the day. The sun is getting low in the sky. Got here just in time to figure out my angles for the Milky Way and get some cameras set up. I think I could maybe do some light painting on here too. That could look really cool. This is the surrounding view. Lots of corn. Mainly corn, I see. Let's go back down and walk around the front of it. Somebody out here keeps the grass cut right around the barn. That's pretty nice. It ends right there. Let me go back around this way so we can see the front. Cool close-up of this work that he did. The mortar, the cement mortar is like, it's raised. It has like a round feel to it, or round look and feel. Whoa, look at that. I think I read something that they found this rock in the field or what, or somewhere here. You guys can look it up if you want, but he took a bunch of horses and pulled it out and then used it as like a cornerstone. What a beautiful sight, even though it's missing a roof. In fact, the fact that it misses the roof actually probably enhances it, because it's kind of cool, especially in the Milky Way photos. You see both ends arching up into the sky. Adds like a nice touch to it. So there we go. This is pointing just about north this direction, where I'm gonna wanna go for the Milky Way. It's late in the season. Milky Way is already pretty high in the sky when it comes up, so it's not necessarily ideal. This would be something, if you want a better Milky Way, you'd wanna come here in June or maybe July at the latest. But south is like straight, well, this road goes north and south, so that's straight right now, or south. So the Milky Way is rising just a little past south over in this direction here. So my idea for the Milky Way tonight is to, there's a little clearing still over here. I'm gonna come somewhere back here. Gotta be careful because I don't really want these weeds in the image, since they've gone and mowed quite a bit of it. The weeds and stuff will be moving during the night, and then they'll get soft and look, just won't look nice in the long exposures I have to do for the Milky Way. But I'll probably shoot it somewhere about like this. This is about where we'll go. All right, well, I'm gonna thank you for watching this. I'm gonna go get my camera and get set up for the Milky Way before the sun sets. Maybe I can get the time lapse started before the sun actually goes down. This is just really interesting. The most famous barn in Minnesota. maybe one of the most famous barns in all of the United States. I don't know. If you know of any other famous barns that would rival the Frank Schott Stone Barn, please leave them in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe and share, comment and like, and tell your friends about Focal World, and please help me grow this channel.